Grandma's Bag of Stories. About the author. Sudha Murty was born in 1950 in Shigaon in North Karnataka. She did her M.Tech in Computer Science and is now the chairperson of the Infosys Foundation. She has written novels, technical books, travelogues, collection of short stories and non-fictional pieces, and 4 books for children. Sudha Murty was the recipient of the R.K. Narayanan Award for Literature and the Padma Shri in 2006. About the book. When Grandma opens her bag of stories, everyone gathers around. Who can resist a good story, especially when it's being told by Grandma? Grandma tells the stories over long summer days and nights as 7 children enjoy life in her little town. The stories entertain, educate, and provide hours of enjoyment to them. So come, why don't you join in the fun? The beginning of the stories. Summer holidays. Aji smiled to herself as she waited for 2 more of her grandchildren to arrive. Raghu and Meenu would be here soon. Anand and Krishna had already arrived with their mother the previous evening. They had been waiting restlessly for their cousins to arrive ever since. Even though Aji told them Raghu and Meenu would be here the next morning, these 2 kids just would not listen. They went to the railway station with their grandfather Acha to receive them. The train must have pulled into the tiny railway station of Shigaon by now, and their grandfather would have hired a taxi to bring them home along with their mother and the stacks of luggage. Aji hurried through her bath. She had finished cooking their favorite dishes and was now wearing a nice soft cotton sari before going to the veranda to wait for them. There they came. What a noise the children were making. They all nearly tumbled out of the car and came leaping and shouting to her, each wanting to be the first to be hugged by her. Each one wanted to be closest to Aji. Soon the children settled down. A visit to Aji and Aja's house meant first inspecting the garden to see how much the plants had grown since they last came. Then they went to check on the cows, calves, dogs, pups, cats and kittens. They all ate huge quantities of Aji's delicious food. Finally, while their mothers went off to chat and rest, the children gathered around their grandmother for the best part of the holidays, listening to her wonderful stories, particularly in the late afternoon. Let us too gather under the fast revolving fan on a mat on the floor, fighting to be nearest to her and listening.